Special thanks to Kyvor, Mary McDowell, P, Some Great Turnabout, Arnie's Autos, The Reaver, Elkan, and Yenners.
Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir?
I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you.
Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggey kick should be all you need.
No. I think I'll pass on this one.
Come on! I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems.
Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today.
We're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things?
Of course! I'd be honored to. Well, I guess I'll start with my name, and then I can tell you all about me.
No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright? What a weird name.
This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help.
A business card?
I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay?
Okay. There are some numbers written on the back.
Oh, that's your cell phone number.
I guess I'll worry about that later. We should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know?
What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than that incident with the cell phone, but...
Cell phone?
Yeah! Your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello?
Thank you. I've been searching everywhere for my phone.
Oh, is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. I'm at the park right now. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggey. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did.
So, where is the phone you found now?
I gave it to you yesterday.
Huh? To me?
Is it that phone in my pocket?
You mean this?
Do you think it has anything to do with the murder?
I don't really know. But if my eyes lit up, then I guess
it's... You were here all along! You're so mean! I called you 1,000,000 times, but you wouldn't pick up! And when I went in to check the courtroom, everyone had already left!
Now who the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl, too.
Hey! Good morning, Maggey.
And good morning to you too, Maya!
So? How's it going?
Is there a word for worse than abysmal?
Oh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive, super important evidence! Here you are, Nick, the thing you wanted me to bring.
Huh? Oh, thanks.
The heck is this? A list? It has to be about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it.
It was tough, but I managed to find out some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good.
No good as in...
There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group.
Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this?
Don't look at me.
Where did you get this list from in the first place?
What? Why are you asking that? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggey found.
So that's where they're from.
You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you.
Maya? Actually, Mr. Wright is...
Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately.
Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick.
Here goes nothing.
I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't!
Come on, Nick. Better get a move on.
The court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
It's about the next witness, Your Honor. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see, so I ask that the court might be a little lenient on...
There is no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Please state your name for the court, witness.
Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something.
Huh? Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk?
Did I?
But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me a university student would not be the absolute truth, but to give in and just settle would be as evil as death, and I can't have that. Everything in my life is to be at the utmost highest top-grade quality, you understand? I am merely looking for that perfect, top-notch, unbeatable university, don't you see? I have a rigorous selection process and
Yes, I understand, and I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on.
What is he? A human chatterbox?
Oh, I have to question him.
Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply.
Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses.
That's enough. Your name, witness.
Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Oh, man.
I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso, with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit.
Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were taking you were strolling through the park, correct?
It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with Mummy. If you must know, I am...
Anyway, please testify to this court what you saw during your walk through the park.
See, you said it again. Taking a walk. You know you...
What you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington.
I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. when all of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant over there. And the only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer.
That was certainly a decisive testimony.
Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
And? That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm?
It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear.
Maybe it's because I believe in my client.
You mean Maggey?
Yes!
And if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying!
You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright.
I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies.
So you were in the park all afternoon? You seem to have a lot of free time.
That was rather rude of you. But then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university.
No name? Trashy?
I want to refute that, but I can't actually remember.
Now, this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country.
I thought you said you were thinking about what college to attend.
Oh, please! Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country.
Arrogant little snot.
How did you know what time it was when the incident occurred? I see you're not wearing a watch.
Is that the best you can do? Do you think you can discredit me like that? You're just a third-rate, biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you.
Answer the question! How did you know what time it was?
I can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing they call a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time.
As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture of the crime scene.
Oh, so it is.
I looked at that clock, and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole concept of breaking time apart into fragments, it's total and utter nonsense that no man should follow. A real first-class person doesn't live
And yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time.
Ridiculous notion. People should.
And how did you know the victim was a police officer?
You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself hairstyle practically screamed, "I'm a police officer." It was also the way he tied his tie and those cheap, low-quality shoes. Ugh. Oh, and I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform.
Shouldn't that statement come first?
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey, Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do?
Even I haven't figured that out yet.
Are you sure you got a good look at the killer's face?
Animals have this thing we call an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have two of them. Yes, even you.
I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at the killer's face?
Objection! That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning.
Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court.
Then please don't make me have to raise my voice.
Are we finished?
There's nothing left in his testimony to tackle, except the ridiculous part. Here goes nothing.
Mr. Wellington, you said something about a banana?
Well, it was actually more than just one. More like a bunch of bananas.
What would a bunch of bananas be doing there?
Why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw.
That's really strange. Maggey never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick! He's gotta be lying about the bananas!
Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. Mr. Wellington loves large bananas!
Nick? I hope you've noticed the icy glares we're getting from everyone in here.
What in the world are you talking about, Mr. Wright?
I'll have you know that I like strawberries much better than bananas.
Care to think it over and try again, Mr. Wright?
Sorry, Your Honor. There's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. So what if it's not a lie?
Maybe he thought he was seeing bananas and it was something else?
That's it! Mr. Wellington, just how bad are your eyes?
Huh? How? What? You? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden?
I believe I have the bananas you saw right here.
Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Huh? What? A baseball glove?
Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite?
That's not... It's a... No!
Objection! Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, I don't think so. Objection overruled.
You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to accept Galileo for his Copernican theory. You're too used to your worldview to realize that there are other new possibilities. Sure, in the end, we find out
That's why I asked you how bad your eyesight is.
They're both 20/25. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right?
Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then?
That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning to get a new pair made right away, but you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them...
How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it? Witness?
You are an unrelenting evil man! You're like those people who rejected Joan of Arc and put her to death. She was brave and courageous, only to be caught by horrible, unrighteous people. And while she didn't do anything wrong, she was still gruesomely burned
Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness.
Objection! The height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path.
Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, please continue with your testimony.
Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime.
The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes.
So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away.
Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that that girl is the murderer.
You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright.
So she allegedly ran away? Just like that?
Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education?
If she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client?
Objection! The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit.
This is true. Mr. Wright, I'm striking your question from the record.
Okay then. You said you called the police immediately? As in
immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach that at your pitiful school?
You think people learn about how to call the police in college?
Hey, Nick. I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec.
That's interesting.
Mr. Wellington, how did you know what time it was when the incident occurred?
That detective told me. You know which one I mean, the one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school.
Hey, pal! I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college!
It doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time.
What? Why, you're just some lousy kid who can't even get in.
I think the court can see your point.
Objection! Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this?
You mean the victim's autopsy report?
According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m.
So, what of it?
You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap.
Objection! The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed.
Objection! 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed.
Mr. Wellington,
Yes?
explain yourself. What were you doing those 15 minutes?
Answer the question!
Telephone. I mean,
Spit it out!
I was searching for a phone booth.
A phone booth?
You mean you don't have a cell phone?
You and your questions! As if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll! You must think you're really something special!
Witness!
I lost my cell phone! There! Are you happy?
Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings.
What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that all geniuses have a strange quirk or two? So by that rationale, since I have my own quirk, it would mean that I am a genius. I don't think simple, plain people—
Enough!
Hold on a second. He lost his cell phone.
Nick, that cell phone. Could it be?
You mean this phone Maggey found? There's no way. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now?
What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See? Here it is.
Oh, I see.
Looks like he's got his phone. And here I thought that maybe this was his.
Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth.
Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that.
Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright?
No, I think I'm done here, Your Honor.
Wait! What is with you today, Nick? Take a good look at the court record.
Huh? What are you talking about?
What is it, Mr. Wright? By your screaming, I assume you have a question after all.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make sense. I don't believe there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone.
How dare you!
Objection! You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this.
At the crime scene photo?
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you.
No!
It's a phone booth.
That is correct. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you?
Order!
Objection! What does it matter? What does reporting the crime a little late prove for you?
Objection! The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony.
Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back.
But Maggey said that she was going to return it to him. So there's no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway.
Then maybe he was looking for something else?
Mr. Wright, do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes?
He might have been looking for something, but I don't know if there's any evidence to prove it. I'm afraid it's too early to say anything for sure at this time.
I see. Mr. Payne, will we be hearing further testimony from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor. That is all.
Oh, crud.
The witness has said that he saw the defendant commit the crime at the crime scene. While it is true that the witness was not wearing his glasses at the time, the court feels that since he was near the culprit, positive identification is possible.
Which means?
The guilt of the defendant, Maggey Byrde, has been sufficiently substantiated.
Nick, you have to do something before it's too late!
I hereby close the cross-examination of Mr. Richard...
Hold it! But wait! As to the actions of Mr. Wellington during the 15-minute gap, the defense would like to propose an explanation.
Objection! I thought the defense had just finished proving that this couldn't be explained.
No, there is one possibility.
All right, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please present to the court the evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away?
Mr. Wellington!
What? Oh, don't do that! You almost made me have a heart attack!
These are your glasses, aren't they?
Where did you find my... Ah!
I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body.
Under the victim's body?
Order!
Now, wait just a second. Hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything.
Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call.
Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer?
Of course! That is precisely what I am doing. I know I'm right. He is the real murderer.
Did you figure it out, Nick?
More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, Now is our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot.
Yeah! This is so exciting watching you work again.
Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Order! Order!
Objection! The defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer.
Yeah! That's right! I'm no criminal! This third-rate fraud of a lawyer!
In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer.
Why, that's easy. For example, there's, the name the victim wrote. What about that?
Oh, you mean the name Maggey written in the sand?
Yeah! Even an idiot like you can read that, right?
But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is spelled M-A-G-G-E-Y, and the victim was left-handed.
So basically, you're saying that in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground?
But wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the killer know what her name was?
Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct?
So what if I didn't?
When you realized you had lost it, what did you do?
What did I do?
Didn't you try to find it by calling it?
How did you?
Objection! Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with my witness.
Overruled, Mr. Wright. Where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between this witness's cell phone and the murder?
I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggey picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone.
Hello?
Thank you. I've been searching everywhere for my phone.
Oh, is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. I'm at the park right now. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggey.
That was when you learned her name was Maggey. But you made one fatal mistake.
What fatal mistake would that be?
My client's name is Maggey, but the name that was written on the ground was spelled in a different manner. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded.
Order! Order!
Objection! But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
And your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington has no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct! I don't have a motive!
Mr. Wright, can you explain what motive this witness could have had?
It's very simple, Your Honor.
Are you sure, Nick?
If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but...
Besides, I think I've got this one.
Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive.
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here! Take that!
What is this, a list?
These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group.
You looked up all those numbers?
Of course! This list of numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington?
This is an outrage! An invasion of privacy! Looking up the phone numbers on someone's phone is a worse crime than murder! You're one of those people! You're just like the cops who raided that brilliant artist, Maurice Utrio's atelier! They disrupted a genius at work and interrupted his dialogue with a goddess.
I don't care, Mr. Wellington! All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about!
Do you think any of you, know what it's like to be a refined man like me?
Objection! Your Honor, this is unjust badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone?
Isn't that obvious? Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group.
No!
All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill.
That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain?
Got you now!
The police officer!
Objection! Your Honor, this is...
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjust badgering of the witness.
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please. Let's think about the content of the phone call. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Ms. Byrde to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this point?
If you think about it logically, then it makes sense.
Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
Yeah, if we think like that. Let's see. Maybe that slime ball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant,
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there.
Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness?
What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform.
Oh!
The girl that picked up my phone is with the policeman!
He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone.
If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone!
In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone.
And he went into a panic, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform!
Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are...
Impressive! Not bad for a person with a third-rate education!
What's that supposed to mean?
The evidence! Evidence!
Ugh, that guy is really creeping me out.
All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this. Suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence?
You want proof that this phone is yours?
I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. You can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton.
What?
It feels good to see you squirm.
We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence.
Your Honor!
This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be.
I got it! We should check for fingerprints! Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggey, you wiped it off.
I what?
You said there was sand all over it, so...
Wiped it? I wiped it?
Pretty thoroughly, too.
It's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves.
He made a complete recovery.
How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here. You see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared.
You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence?
Mr. Wellington!
What's this? From the way you talk to me, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you.
Where did you find your cell phone?
Oh, you are too much! And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Huh? Now I remember! Looks like they hung up.
Oh, good. I finally found it.
So, that's when...
What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes?
Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free!
I know this phone has to be his, but how am I supposed to prove something like that?
Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis, and therefore, no power. It looks like you came up a penny short.
Where did I go wrong?
Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet.
Who I am?
The court hereby concludes the cross-examination.
If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go with that? It's no use. I can't do any more. There's nothing left. Nothing left but to go back to my hometown. But where in the world is that anyway?
What are you mumbling about? You're you, Nick. And because you're you can't give up now.
If I were me...
All right. If I were me, then what would I do?
That's easy. For starters, you'd raise your voice and object.
So for now, I should at least say something.
Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor.
All right, Nick.
I think I may be able to prove it.
Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright?
Everything!
Objection! Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. If he questions the witness with any more of his badgering, then I'll have to—
You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright?
Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney.
You may present one piece of evidence to the court.
I only get one shot at this, but I think I can do it.
If you cannot prove everything, it is over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand?
Yes, Your Honor!
Objection! I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. Please, present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything.
Here you go, sir.
Oh, why, thank you. How nice. Here, please, have one of mine. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards.
Your Honor, there are a few important details about that card. For example, the name on that card tells people who I am. It even told me that I'm Phoenix Wright.
Did you not know that?
Nope!
Objection! What's the meaning of this nonsense?
Mr. Wright, please get a hold of yourself and start behaving like a proper lawyer.
Ouch. Talk about a tongue lashing, Nick.
I should probably try from a different angle.
There's, also some information written on the back.
Huh? You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but—
That's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Huh? Right now? But court is still in session!
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright?
We are going to call my cell phone number now, and then the court will see everything for what it is.
Of all the idiotic, stupid things to— What? Why is my phone— and what is with this stupid-sounding ringtone?
Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone.
You're— Ah! No! It can't!
By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Take that!
So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington.
He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding?
It's Mr. Wellington's. Naturally.
Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggey Byrde, not guilty. That is all. Court is adjourned.
I knew the real you would shine through eventually! I am so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Mr. Wright!
I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this.
It's probably because of me. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
Your whole life? It couldn't have been that bad, could it?
Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all types of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at nearly every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied to the game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is, pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless.
Lady Luckless.
What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house.
Oh.
I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me.
That's not true!
That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Everything is my fault! Dustin's death, your head being all messed up!
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself, starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir!
Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name.
You bet! I'm gonna make it! I promise! Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess!
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thanks! You take care of yourselves, too!
Oh, what a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little bit fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes.
So, this might sound bad, but who are you?
What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've clashed with in the past during certain cases, but he's also a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person... I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else. And this girl, Maya?
You finally remembered!
This is Maya Fey, my assistant! That's right! I have so many unforgettable memories about her! For example...
Earth to Nick! What's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh? Well, I'm back now. So it's time for us to create new memories together.
All right, sounds good.
All the phone numbers on the phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint.
Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been 2 months since she came back into my life. But that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago.